All right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday out there. Today is February 2nd, 2026. And of course, today is Groundhog Day. And unfortunately, though, Puxatawny Phil did see his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter is coming your way. And let's jump into today's video. Take a look at our radar picture, and we definitely see some winter activity here across northeastern South Dakota into Minnesota. We do have some snow that is going on here. Starting west to east, we have some snow out here near the Mulbridge area, some very light scattered snow activity up near Eureka, and then over towards Sisseton, over towards Millbank, and then down towards the Brookings area, and then over into Minnesota, Marshall, and western Minnesota also seeing snow. Sioux Falls not seeing snow at this time, but later today into tonight, we can expect to see some light snow flurries. That there is a chance for that for Sioux Falls as we head into tonight. So temperature-wise, though, we are turning more mild. We are at 25 right now in Sioux Falls. We're at 17 in Watertown. We're at 17 in Aberdeen. We're at 29 in Pierre, 35 in Chamberlain. Out west, we are very, very warm. 56 right now in Rapid City. That is way above average for this time of the year. 41 in Buffalo, 50 in Deadwood, 52 in Pine Ridge. It is very, very warm out west. And then down into Nebraska, 40 in North Platte. It's very mild down in Nebraska. 37 in Grand Island, 34 in O'Neill, 43 in Valentine, and 42 in Omaha. Into Iowa, it's 29 in Des Moines. It is 25 in Cedar Rapids, 16 in Mason City, 21 in Spencer. Up into Minnesota, it's a little bit colder out. We're at 18 in Mankato. We're at 19 in Minneapolis, 16 in St. Cloud, 16 in Marshall, 22 in Worthington, 18 in Rochester. Overall, fairly cold in Minnesota. But for everywhere else, we are overall fairly mild for this time of the year, for early February. So what does the forecast look like? Well, we're going to jump into this week ahead and look at what you can expect, which we have some good news to share. We're going to break that all down here for you in just a moment. But first, let's hear a brief word from our sponsor at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
So again, the main story of the weather today is the fact that it is Groundhog Day, and the groundhog, Puxatawny Phil, unfortunately, if you like the spring, unfortunately, he did see his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter. But if you like winter, 6 more weeks of winter. So that was the main weather story of the day today. So as we take a look at our temperature forecast, let's play this out for you. Today, again, looking overall fairly mild. Only exception would be Minnesota and northeast South Dakota. And then as we head into tomorrow, a very similar map as to today. Temperatures in the teens across Minnesota, 20s in the central region, and then Sioux Falls would be around 28 degrees, 29 degrees for tomorrow. And then out west, you can expect warmer temperatures into the 40s. And then as we head into Wednesday, we are looking at a very similar forecast here. We got 20s for Minnesota. We got 20s and 30s for Iowa, And then we have 30s, mid-30s for Sioux Falls and the central region. And then the western half of the region is going to be warmer with temperatures in the 40s and 50s. And then as we head into Thursday, look at some of these numbers coming in. 50s and even 60s return to the forecast. That is a sharp contrast to what we've been seeing over the last month or so, where we've had some very, very cold Arctic cold air that's been across our region, and it's been very dominant in our region, and it's been a rough patch of weather. But we have finally some good news to look forward to. Again, starting on Thursday, looks to be a very warm, nice, mild day ahead. Again, 50s and 60s across our region. I think Sioux Falls will be close to 50 degrees. And then on Friday, very similar forecast. Maybe not as warm as Thursday, but Friday still looks very nice. Overall, 40s and 50s for the map here on Friday. So very nice day on Friday as well. And then how about your weekend? Saturday, look at this. We are continuing the very nice warm air for your weekend. It looks like 40s and 50s, even some low 60s out west. Not out of the question. Overall, looks like a very nice forecast on Saturday. And then how about finishing out your weekend? As we head into Sunday, map looks very similar. So these next few days are going to be about average for this time of the year, except for way out west. The far west region, far western South Dakota, Nebraska is going to be warm regardless, very warm. But for everywhere else, for the next few days, we're going to be about average for this time of the year, which is around 30 degrees. But by the time we get towards Thursday and then through your weekend, we are going to be warming things up, and we're really going to see a big warm up in store for us with temperatures, again, in the 40s and 50s and then 60s out west. So Sioux Falls going to be very mild. As we head into next week, you can see the map looks very similar. Monday looks fairly nice as well, 40s and 50s again on Monday. And then on Tuesday, very similar, 30s and 40s. So it does look like next week the trends will continue, and we will continue to see the very nice mild air. So a nice warm forecast ahead overall for our region. Now tonight into tomorrow morning, I do want to mention this real quick. There is a chance for some snow across eastern and southeastern South Dakota, northeast Nebraska, and then into northern Iowa as we head into, again, tonight into tomorrow morning. Looking at some very light activity. We're not expecting any big systems or anything like that. It's going to be very light flurries, but it looks like there is a chance for some very light snow across our region. And then as we play out the rest of this forecast, looking at the radar, the future radar, today again with those light snow flurries possible. And then as we head into tomorrow, things will clear out and we'll dry things out, and we won't really see much on the radar. And then on Wednesday, same story. We have high pressure over us, and we're going to be overall entering a quiet and dry period of weather. And we're warming things up this week. So get ready for warmer weather. And then for your weekend, very much the same. Not seeing anything. Now, the only thing that we see is next week out towards February 10th to the 11th. That would be Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So 9 days out, we do see a potential system pushing through, but the confidence at this time is very low because it's so far out, and it's just hard to forecast anything that far out in advance right now. But don't be surprised to see a system mid-week next week, but we're not going to forecast anything at this time. At this point, it is very far out, but just throwing it out there that that's the only thing that we're seeing on the models. Other than that, we're in a dry period of weather. Now, going back to those temperatures, I wanted to show you guys this real quick. We are looking at, again, This is the 6 to 10 day temperature trends by the NOAA. This map is made again by the NOAA, and the eastern half of the country is going to be colder and below normal for temperatures. But look at all this warm colors. As you can see, the orange and red colors, that is where we have the very warm temperature trends. For our region, look at that. We are going to be very much above average for this time of the year for temperatures for the 6 to 10 day window. And then looking ahead at the 8 to 14 day window, this is the 1 to 2 week outlook. And look at that. It looks very much the same. We are looking at some very warm air moving through our region. So, I would say at this point, it's probably a false spring. We're still in early February, right? So we still have a ways to go until we get towards spring. But this is encouraging. We haven't seen this for quite some time. This has been something we haven't seen in at least a month. At least any kind of warm air, it has been about a month. So January was a very cold month, and we are now turning the page into February, and February overall does look warmer. So some positive news if you like the warmer weather, which myself included. If you like the warmer weather, you're going to be happy about this. I'm happy to report that we're looking at some warmer trends, and so temperatures look to be much warmer as we head into the month of February. All right, looking at our 10-day forecasts for the Sioux Falls area, you can expect temperatures into the 20s to low 30s the next couple of days overall. But we are going to turn the page starting on Thursday. Look at some of those numbers reaching the upper 40s, and then maybe dipping slightly on Friday before the weekend looks really nice overall. Temperatures rebounding into the 40s, and that's going to be the story next week as well. And overnight lows in the 20s and 30s overall. Very mild forecast returning to our region. For the Aberdeen area, very similar, just a little bit colder. We got 20s to low 30s the next couple of days, and then look at that temperature on Thursday into the upper 40s, and then for your weekend, back into the 30s, and then next week, mid 40s on Monday, and then 30s to finish out your 10-day. Overall, this is above average for this time of the year. Still very nice overall. And again, we're not seeing any precip in this forecast. For the Pierre area, similar story. We are going to be warmer. 30s the next couple of days, and then look at these numbers, 40s and 50s into the forecast this weekend into next week. Very, very mild, warm forecast ahead for Pierre as well. Overnight lows in the 20s and low 30s. And not seeing any moisture either. For the Rapid City area, we are looking at very, very warm temperatures. Look at these numbers, 50s and 60s, mid 60s on Thursday. Might be some golf courses maybe open on Thursday. But 50s overall, and for your weekend, a very nice forecast overall, 50s. And then next week, 50s into the 40s. A very nice forecast for Rapid City. If you like the warmer air, I mean, who's going to complain about this? Very, very nice forecast for Rapid City, and we're not seeing any moisture. That is the one downside of all this. We probably could use some moisture at this point. But that is the forecast. So this was sponsored by the Black Venom Outdoors and the Gatekeeper Security and Fence. That's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Smash that like button and drop a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. Let us know your thoughts on this. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok as well. We post frequently on those. You don't want to miss our content over there. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe as always.